Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another pick a card reading for you. This pick a card reading is all about what you're destined to be in this lifetime. Who are you destined to be? Who is your soul destined to be? Things like that. Of course we have free will and whatnot, but overall this just might give you some ideas or guidance on, what your soul is gonna be doing in this lifetime, or things that might, light your soul up, or whatever else. We're just gonna kind of look at the cards that Spirit has decided to pick out for you. Alright, so we have pile number 1 here with this beautiful rose quartz crystal. We have pile 2 with this amethyst. And pile 3 with this moonstone. Alright, so if you need to take time to pause and meditate on the piles, feel free to do so, but I will leave timestamps in the description box below to make it easy for you to access your pile of choice, and I will see you at your piles. Hello pile number 1, if you chose this rose quartz crystal here, then this is your reading all about who you are destined to be in this lifetime. Super exciting. I'm really excited about this. Now remember, this is a collective reading. Use your intuition to guide you, and we always have free will, so keep that in mind. But without further ado, I'm going to first roll the astro dice here to kind of see what energy we are working with for you, pile number 1, and also get some zodiac signs to help you out here to kind of give you clarification. If your zodiac sign does not show up, it's quite alright. It does not mean that this is not your pile. If you felt called to this pile, trust your intuition, use your intuition to guide you, like I said. And this also could bring up zodiac signs of people close to you that you might be dealing with, like soul family, soul mates, etc. Okay, so please Spirit, who is destined for pile number 1, Spirit, who is pile number 1 destined to be? What overall energy are they destined for? Let's see. We have Jupiter energy, which is beautiful because that talks of a lot of expansion. And okay, so this is really interesting. So you could be a Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, but there's a huge focus on the 5th house for you. So I don't know if in your natal chart you have a lot of 5th house placements, or you have a lot of lessons you're learning in regards to the 5th house, like Saturn in the 5th house. You might have Jupiter in the 5th house. Some of you could be destined for a lot of self-expression in this lifetime, learning how to creatively express yourself, destined to heal your inner child, destined to expand your creativity. I feel like this is a really creative group of people who are called to this crystal here. This pile is very creative, and we also have Sagittarius energy, which is all about, kind of like following your own belief system. Maybe a lot of you were conditioned to believe certain things growing up, or you were pushed into this narrative that, isn't a narrative that you actually want to follow, and you're kind of going to be learning how to expand your mind in this lifetime, like kind of expand your points of view, expand your perspective, kind of create your own belief system that you follow. And also, again, like I said, like you're gonna be really creatively expressive. Like you're destined to have your own belief system and creatively express yourself and find your self-expression, because maybe growing up too, this could have been like pushed away. You felt like you couldn't express yourself the way you wanted to. You felt like you couldn't be authentic. Maybe there's a lot of inner child healing that's needing to be done. Some of you might even be destined to have children of your own, because we have the 5th house energy showing up. 5th house talks of children and things like that. Sagittarius is really adventurous, optimistic. So definitely with Jupiter in Sagittarius energy, I do feel like you guys are really lucky. I feel like you do have a lot of luck on your side in this lifetime, especially when it comes to going after what your soul desires. Like if you're in alignment with your soul, you will be very lucky in this lifetime, is what I'm getting. When you are in alignment with your soul, you will be really lucky. And one last thing I want to mention is just, you could also be drawn to travel or explore, or kind of like explore different cultures and things like that. Again, just really optimistic, expansive energy. So that's really great to start you off here. So let's roll this dice again just to kind of see what other zodiac signs we get for this pile. Please, Spirit, who is watching? Who is this pile talking of? Who are they destined to be? Any additional zodiac signs? We also have Scorpio energy. So Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. This could be you or a soulmate or someone who has been, because when we think of soulmate, we're talking about people who have been in many lifetimes with you, that you've spent many lifetimes with, okay? And one more time, we also have Capricorn energy. So Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, guys, so there we go. And now let's get into your oracle cards, because I'm doing this as an oracle reading today. So starting off, we have here fruition. Rest assured, your dreams and visions will come to fruition. You guys are destined to manifest your dream life. So if you haven't already tapped into your manifesting abilities, you guys are my manifestors. You can manifest whatever your heart desires once you step into that mindset. Like, because you have to be in that mindset, that manifesting mindset, where you truly believe that you can have what it is you desire. It's all about mindset, right? But essentially what this Spirit is saying is, again, that Jupiter energy here, you're really lucky. And when you're in alignment with your soul, you are able to manifest your dreams and visions into reality and basically create heaven on earth for yourself. You are creators. Okay, you are here to birth new creations, and you're definitely destined for that. So let's look at some of the areas of your life that you're going to be focusing on, that you're destined to focus on. We have spirituality, no doubt about that. Financial discipline, manifestation, look at that, and talent. Oh, wow. Okay, so pile number one. What was I saying? You are manifestors. You are destined to manifest in this lifetime. Like I said, you are here to literally create heaven on earth for yourself. And I'm also picking up that in this lifetime, you're destined to tune into spirituality. I mean, if you are watching this right now, there's no doubt in my mind that you are interested in spirituality, or you've been going on a spiritual journey, or you soon will be going on a really intense spiritual journey. Because spirituality, you're meant to live a really spiritual life, especially with that Sagittarius energy that wanted to show up, and even Scorpio energy. You could go through a lot of transformations in this lifetime, but you're meant to live out your talents. You have a talent, pile number one. You have a talent. I mean, we all have talents, right? But you are definitely meant to live out your talent in this lifetime. And you're meant to manifest abundance through your talent. And with financial discipline, I feel like one of the biggest lessons that you will probably learn in this lifetime is how to be financially stable, how to be financially disciplined, how to essentially get your finances in order here, to the point where, I mean, some of you could have Jupiter in your second house, but to the point where you feel financially stable. There could be parts in your life, like points in your life, where you feel like you are not financially stable. You're like, okay, why do I feel like I can never get ahead? Why do I feel like I don't have, you know, the finances to support the dreams and the goals that I desire? But again, this is all about your mindset and your perspective and how you're thinking about money. I feel like your relationship with money is going to change a lot throughout this lifetime. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get this like stable there. Okay, yeah, that's what you're figuring out. You're figuring out how to bring stability into your life, and also you're trying to figure out how you can live a stable life while also pursuing your talents. Your soul will be extremely content and it will feel good when you are living out your talent. Some of you could have some spiritual talents. You could be seen as a spiritual guide, a spiritual mentor. Some of you have a lot of creative talents, whether you're an artist, you could be an actor, you just have this talent about you where creativity is involved, and you're destined for this in this lifetime. And again, you have a talent for manifesting. So if you haven't tapped into your manifesting abilities yet, I'm telling you, like, take this as a sign, because you will achieve so much when you're in alignment with this energy. Let's see what else we have for you. We had 3 of these cards pop up. So we have focus your mind. Look at that. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. We have spiritual support. Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware. Look at that. And then we have balance. Thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance. You're destined to balance out your life. Like, I feel like you're destined to balance out your spiritual side to your practical side and bring them into balance so that you can become that manifester. If you haven't looked into the spiritual laws of the universe, I definitely recommend doing so. I have a podcast episode all about it, so I will link my podcast down below. Feel free to check out that podcast episode, because I feel like, sorry if you hear that, okay. I feel as if you could manifest a lot when you kind of come into tune with the spiritual laws of the universe, right? And with focus your mind, it's all about kind of, again, you're going to learn how to kind of prioritize your life so that you can find this balance, right? But also, again, I think it has a lot to do with mindset. Like, realizing your thoughts become your reality, and the way that you think is how your life manifests for you, and changing your mindset so that you can come from an abundance mindset rather than a lack mindset will be really beneficial for you. And you have a lot of support in the spiritual realms. You're definitely meant to become more spiritually aware in this lifetime, and I feel as if this is going to happen for you if it hasn't already started happening, which I have a strong feeling it already has started to happen. But spirituality is a huge focus for you. You're meant to live a spiritual life, and you know, your spirit guides and angels are in the spiritual realms trying to help you through this process, help you find balance in your life too. Like, you will know that you're not in alignment when you feel off balance. When you feel off balance, you're not in alignment. So that's when you need to kind of focus and refocus your energy to find that balance. And we also have loss here. Okay, so sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. Interesting. So I'm getting a few different messages with this. For some of you, you may have experienced a lot of loss in life, and that could, and I'm so sorry if you have, like, I personally have experienced a lot of loss myself, and I know how hard that can be, and it's never easy to lose someone. And it doesn't even have to be, you know, in regards to death, right? You could just lose someone who you thought you used to know, and then all of a sudden they're like strangers now, or a loss of like a parent who decided to like abandon you and wasn't there in your life for you, and you know, there's so many different ways you can experience loss, and it's never easy no matter what kind of loss you experience. But I'm also picking up on this energy of the loss of your ego, which the thing is you don't want to lose your ego completely, because our ego is what keeps us safe, right? Because it helps us in really like fear-based situations. Like if we're in danger, our ego helps us get out of danger. But sometimes our ego can hold us back and create all of these fears that we actually shouldn't have been fearful of in the beginning, because our ego loves familiarity and comfort. So that's what the ego will seek out. So as soon as you decide to do something that no longer feels comfortable or no longer feels familiar, your ego starts to panic. And I feel like throughout this lifetime, you're going to learn how to kind of surrender your ego a little bit. Kind of, you know, come more from an intuition point of view here, where you listen to your intuition more and you kind of like not let your ego affect you. Doing this is also going to really help you manifest, because our ego can create blocks between us and our manifestations. And like this card is saying, it's a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's plan. Like sometimes our ego thinks that it knows best when in reality it doesn't. Okay, so I feel like there could be a loss of the ego in some way throughout this lifetime for you, or you could also experience just a lot of loss. But at the end of the day, it's like teaching you lessons that will help you grow spiritually. Because I know nobody wants to hear like you're gonna experience loss, like a lot of loss, but I also truly feel as if this is talking about the ego in some sense. So let's see what else we have. We also have see from a higher perspective and stand your ground. Yes. So with the stand your ground, and since I did roll the Sagittarius first, this again goes back to remind me of like beliefs. I feel like you may find yourself in situations where a lot of people might feel like they know what's best for you, and they try to get you to choose the way that they want for you rather than you being able to choose your own path kind of energy. Whereas you're destined in this lifetime to follow your own path, to stand your ground, to listen to your own belief systems that you decide to create for yourself, and not the ones that were forced upon you, right? And you're meant to continue to go after what it is you think is best for you, that your intuition's nudging you towards, and not let the opinions of others hold you back. And you may find yourself in situations a lot where people aren't agreeing with your beliefs, or where people are making you feel like you don't know what's best for yourself. But this is spirit saying, like, stand your ground. You know what is best for you. Your belief system, you know, some of you might have beliefs that you're needing to kind of go through and be like, listen, like, is this what I believe, or was this pushed upon me? Okay. And I also feel like, again, with spirituality, focus your mind and see from a higher perspective. It's like in this lifetime you're destined to see from a higher perspective. You're able to see things from a perspective that a lot of people aren't able to see from. You really are connected to source, strongly connected to source, I feel like. And one of your talents might even be to be able to see both sides of the story, and to be able to, you know, see a higher perspective that not a lot of people can see. And being able to see from this higher perspective helps you to overcome a lot of mindset blocks that a lot of people aren't able to actually overcome, because they aren't able to push through and see from that higher perspective, if that makes sense. And we also have wonders and opportunity. Yeah, this is a lot of spiritual energy. When I look at this card, I get a lot of spiritual energy. You could be really connected to crystals as well. Crystals would probably be great for you to have. But there is, again, like I said, a huge opportunity to manifest your dreams and live out your talent. And you are meant to, again, this is like wonders of the world energy is also what I'm picking up on this. It's like, I'm telling you right now, look into spiritual, look into the laws of the universe and live by them, because you will be able to manifest incredibly, I feel like, if you come into alignment with the laws of the universe. And you're so connected to source. It's just incredible. You have a lot of spiritual gifts, I feel like. A lot of spiritual talents. incredible. You may also too, I mean, I don't know, do you ever just sit outside and you look up at the stars and you feel like you're at home just by looking up in the universe, like looking up at the stars? I feel like you're really connected to the stars. I mean, we all are, but there is going to be an opportunity that you're destined for where you're able to live out your talents. So that's really exciting. And then we also have phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released, okay? So yeah, you're destined to go through a lot of phases and cycles in your lifetime. A lot of endings that will bring in new beginnings, which is also like the 5th house is all about birthing creations and new beginnings and things like that. Like, I feel like when you go through an ending or when you go through some sort of loss, you're able to really push through it better than most because you're able to see the lesson in every ending because you have that higher perspective point of view. You're able to see the lesson and grow from every ending that you have in your life, and you don't let those endings hold you back. And that's beautiful energy to have. And lastly, we have mindful wisdom, create inner harmony. Yeah, again, it's so much purple energy as well. So much purple, intuitive, spiritual energy. But again, with the balance and the create inner harmony, like that's what you're destined for. You're destined to create inner harmony so that your inner world is reflected on your external world, and before you know it, you're living out this beautiful life of just feeling fulfilled and feeling balanced and feeling inner peace and harmony. That's what you're destined for. You're destined to create and manifest and live out your talents and live a very spiritually driven life. And you're meant to, you know, create this belief system that is based off of what you truly believe in, and you're meant to stand your ground and like learn how to push through any mindset blocks and learn truly how powerful your mind is, and it will change your life when you realize this. All right, pile number 1. So I hope this resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings, and I really hope to see you next time. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this amethyst crystal here, then this is your reading all about who you are destined to be in this lifetime. Now, do remember this is a collective reading, so use your intuition to guide you, okay? And we do have free will, so keep that in mind. But yeah, let's get started. So first I'm going to roll the astro dice to get the overall energy of what you're destined for in this lifetime, and any zodiac signs that could give you clarification. It could be your zodiac sign or a soulmate zodiac sign. A soulmate is just simply someone who we've spent many lifetimes with, okay? So yeah, and if your zodiac sign doesn't show up, do keep in mind that this does not mean that this reading is not for you. If you're drawn to this crystal here and drawn to this pile, then that means your intuition wanted you to see this message. So this message is for you regardless, okay? So please, Spirit, for pile number 2, who are they destined to be in this lifetime? Who are they destined to be in this lifetime? Venus, the 4th house in Libra energy, which is very interesting because Venus is ruled by Libra, Taurus as well, and then we have the 4th house. So there is a sense of family and home in regards to this energy, but I feel like you're destined to find harmonious relationships with others and harmonious relationships with yourself. There's a need to, you know, have balance in your life, specifically, you know, creating balance within your relationships, but within your home and family life as well. Bringing balance to this, because maybe for a while you felt like your relationships were really off balance. You felt like you didn't have those connections with your family that you really wanted, and you're destined to kind of recreate this, I guess not recreate, but kind of destined to bring harmony to your family, your home life, and your relationships in general. And I think what's really important to remember is that balanced relationships can only happen when we feel balanced within. So giving ourselves that love that we desire and deserve is what's going to truly help us bring in these harmonious relationships around us. Now, you could be a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or deal with soulmate connections, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But let's roll the zodiac signs again to see who else we have. Let's see. Please, Spirit, for pile number 2. We also have Aquarius energy, so you could be Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or a soulmate connection, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And lastly, we have Taurus energy, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, okay, or a soulmate that is a Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So let's take a look at the areas that you're focusing on in this lifetime first. So we have healing, okay, self-love, boundaries, and confidence. Look at that. All right, pile number 2. You're destined in this lifetime to heal a lot, and you could be healing generational trauma within your family. You could be healing family trauma, and I know that's a big responsibility, a big task when you think about it, but honestly, the best thing that you can do for yourself and future generations is to truly heal from whatever you have experienced in this lifetime. And a lot of it could be involved with family life. You know, some of you may need to learn how to set boundaries between, you know, in your relationships in general. But I feel like a lot of it stems from this lack of confidence that you may have, or a lack of self-love that you have that could stem from childhood. But in this lifetime, you're truly destined to find that confidence. You're destined to be confident. You're destined to set those boundaries. You're destined for those loving, balanced relationships. But before you get there, you need to show yourself that self-love, right? Because you can't, essentially the relationships that we have with others reflect the relationship that we have with ourselves. And I know that's really hard to hear sometimes, and sometimes we don't want to admit that that's the case, or we don't want to admit that we lack self-love or whatever else. But you're going to probably go through a lot of experiences in this lifetime that trigger you to set those boundaries, that trigger you to heal, that trigger you to step into this self-love energy so that you can find your confidence. Because for so long you probably lacked confidence because of the relationships that you may have dealt with growing up, because of family trauma you may have dealt with, because of, you know, relationships with others that you've dealt with. And you may have lacked boundaries for a really long time, but you're destined to come into alignment. You will know that your soul is in alignment when you are setting those boundaries, when you feel confident, when you feel like, you know, you're doing the inner work to heal, when you feel like you're loving yourself fully. And it's not selfish to do that. It's not selfish to love yourself, because we can only have relationships with others that are as powerful as the relationships that we have with ourselves. Like, people say, like, it's so selfish to focus on yourself, but the truth is that if you aren't loving yourself, you don't have the energy to pour and give out to others. So honestly, you're actually not being selfish at all. You're actually watering the relationships you have with others when you choose to also water yourself. You know what I mean? So I hope that kind of makes sense, but yeah. And I do feel like you're trying to find that stability within yourself to create a stable outer reality. And we had 3 of these cards pop up, so let's take a look. We have the Miracle of Nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. So this pile is really drawn and has a strong connection to nature. And you probably have a love for nature, and you probably feel really refreshed and renewed when you spend time in nature, so keep that in mind. It's probably also a really healing energy for you. We have the Miracle of Prayer. Thank you Sandalphon, I don't know if I pronounced that right, for delivering my prayers to heaven. Okay, so you have a connection with source here where through prayer, meditation, or however you practice, it could be really helpful in your healing journey. And then we also have shine your light. Thank you, Uriel, for helping me to share my light with the world. Okay, so you have a light, and I feel like you're a really compassionate soul, and you find this compassion through healing, and then you want to help others do the same. It's like some of you may find yourself drawn to, okay, some of you might find yourself drawn to career paths that involve healing in some way, whether you're helping others heal, whether you're helping others find their confidence, whether you're helping others go through self-love and helping others set boundaries. You could be a therapist, you could be just a public speaker that talks about trauma and how to heal. You could be a nurse, a doctor, you could work in a healing profession, okay? Because I do feel like this is a very healing group, and you have a lot of light to shine on the world. We also have here for you, track down your fears and desires, okay? So again, there's a lot of fear within you that you have that probably stems from trauma that you went through. But in this lifetime, you're meant to kind of work through those fears so that you can go after what you desire in this lifetime, because truly the only thing that's holding you back from, you know, your desires and going after the life that you want to live and finding that inner stability and confidence and self-love and all that is fears, subconscious fears, okay? We also have detachment. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. Look at that, you're destined for detachment. And what this means is that you're destined to learn that your worth is not dependent on money, it's not dependent on your job, it's not dependent on your relationships with others, it's not dependent on what you own, okay? Your worth, you are simply worthy because you are you. And you're learning this, and you're learning how to detach from the outcome. You're learning how to not place how you feel on an outcome, because maybe for so long you held on to, like, all right, if I need it to go this way in order for me to feel satisfied, in order for me to feel whole. As an example of this, we can even talk about, you know, in career, like, in order for me to feel worthy, I need to level up in my career. Or in order for me to feel worthy, I need to get all A's. In order for me to, you know, feel good inside, to feel happy, I need my partner to tell me that I'm beautiful every day. I need my partner to show me that, you know, they care by doing this every day and showing up for me every day in this sort of way. And it's like you are attaching your worth and you are attaching your happiness based off of the outcome that was with, like, externally, the external outcome that was outside of you. And in this lifetime, you're learning how to detach from that way, detach from the outcome, and you're learning that you are worthy because you are you, and you don't need anyone else to tell you that you are worthy. You don't need anyone else or anything to make you feel worthy. You are worthy just because you are who you are, okay? And I hope that made sense. Sometimes when I'm channeling messages, things can kind of just get all over the place, but let's see what else we have. We have protection and purity. Yeah, you guys are really divinely protected. And you also have a very protecting energy, a protective energy about you. People probably feel really protected by you. They feel safe around you. With this, purity and detachment and shine your light and self-love, confidence, I feel like you're, in this lifetime, you're destined to come back to your authentic self, to remember who you truly are, to heal all of the trauma that you've been through. And I mean, healing is never ending. There's never going to be an end to the healing journey because it's never ending. It's constant, like, it's not linear. Okay, so, but as you work through your triggers, and it's like you come back to this state of being where you feel worthy, where you feel whole, where you feel complete and confident in who you are. And it's like this transformation of self almost, because of the healing that you're doing and because of, you know, realizing that you are worthy, because you're practicing so much self-love and you love yourself fully. And you're living life without shame. You're living life in a very authentic way where you're being who you want to be. And you'll know that you're in alignment as well when you are living out your most authentic self, when you're not hiding who you truly are, when you're not doing things because you feel like if you do this, it will make you worthy, right? And now we also have Mercury, open communication. Speak up with love and be heard. In heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Yeah, you could have a blocked heart chakra that you are destined to kind of work through in this lifetime so that you can love again, give and receive love freely again. And again, it's about finding that balance in love, you know, that Libra Venus energy, finding balance within your relationships, finding balance within yourself, loving yourself and loving yourself so that you can give love to others and receive love from others. And there's this need for open communication as well. Again, I feel like a lot of you could be speaking about your trauma and helping others do the healing as well, or just speaking up about difficult situations that you've been through. There's this need to communicate. I feel like you're destined to work through communication in this lifetime as well. There could have been a lack of communication growing up, and this could have really, you know, had this effect on you as a child where you closed yourself off and it was really hard for you to communicate with others because you were never taught healthy ways to communicate as a child. And this is something that, you know, you're working through and working on healing so that you can have those healthy communications or those healthy conversations and a healthy open communication within your relationships with others. You're destined for love though, you really are, but I feel like you're truly destined to give yourself that self-love first, you know? And again, I truly feel like that's what we're all meant to do. We're all meant to give the love to ourselves that we desire from others. And now we have shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. Okay, so 2 messages with this. Look beneath the surface definitely points towards, again, doing the healing, uncovering those triggers and where all of those triggers are stemming from, but then also shield your energy, again, setting boundaries, protecting your energy, because that's going to be a huge focus for you in this lifetime. You're destined to learn how to set boundaries. And we have signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. So some of you may have been seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities lately. So if so, this is just a clarification that this is definitely your pile, but also you will know that you're coming into alignment when you start seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities start to happen, because spirit will start to show you signs and synchronicities when you're going on the right path, you know what I mean, to keep nudging you along. So that's beautiful. Alright, pile number 2, I really hope that this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings, and I really hope to see you next time. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this moonstone crystal here, then this is your reading all about who you are destined to be in this lifetime. Remember, this is a collective reading, so keep that in mind. Use your intuition to guide you. And also, we have free will, so keep that in mind as well. But let's get started. I just lost my train of thought for a minute. So I'm going to roll the astro dice first to see the overall energy like I always do, and also the zodiac signs that may pop up. This could be your zodiac sign, sun, moon, or rising, or a soulmate that you are dealing with in this lifetime. Soulmates are simply just people who we have been with in many lifetimes, okay? So that's what a soulmate connection is. You've spent many lifetimes together, which is a beautiful thing. So you have that familiarity, and which is why we often seek them out, because we seek out familiar. It could be your soul family as well. Nothing better than a soulmate connection, in my opinion. But if your zodiac sign does not show up, that does not mean that this reading is not for you, okay? Because if your intuition guided you to this reading, then there is definitely a message here for you, so keep that in mind. All right, Spirit, for pile number 3, who are they destined to be in this lifetime? Who is pile number 3 destined to be? So we have Scorpio energy, we have the 7th house, and we also have South Node, which is very interesting. Ooh, my goodness. Okay, so definitely talking about relationships. I feel like some of you are destined to deal with karmic relationships, maybe even heal or transform karmic relationships from past life. I know that's really intense energy, honestly. And past life is, of course, a belief. I mean, if you believe in it, you believe in it. If you don't, you don't. But I feel as if there are some karmic past life relationships that you may deal with in this lifetime that you may be healing, transforming through. Or just past life situations that may come up that you're meant to transform and work through. But the 7th house talks of relationships, so that's interesting. Scorpio is really transformative energy, but you could be a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising. But it's definitely a very transformative energy. Let's roll this to see what else we have for zodiac signs. We also have Cancer, sun, moon, or rising, okay? That could be you or a soulmate connection. And lastly, we have Aries, sun, moon, or rising. So hello to you all. Let's take a look at the oracle cards now. So let's see the areas of your life that you're focusing on, pile number 3. We have relationship change. Well, dang. All right. Starting off with a bang. And self-discipline. Life purpose and travel. Interesting. So right off the bat, with the whole relationship thing going on again, I feel like you will go through a lot of relationship changes within your life, because I feel as if you truly grow through connection with others. There's also a sense of you becoming really self-disciplined in this lifetime. You're destined to learn how to become self-disciplined, and you're destined to step into your life purpose. I mean, that's beautiful. Which is interesting because the South Node is opposite of the North Node, and the North Node is our destiny, essentially. And part of what you're destined to do and be in this lifetime involves travel. So some of you may love to travel. You may find yourself traveling a lot. But I do feel like you're destined to travel in some way. So again, we have relationship change. So this could be that you just go through a lot of, you know, karmic relationships where you're learning how to transform and change through these relationships. You may have a lot of relationships that are repeating in this lifetime from the past because they were unhealed in a past life. Sometimes that will happen if we have these soul contracts with people where if we don't heal in our past life, we may come into contact with them in our current life as a karmic kind of relationship to try to heal and, you know, mend whatever happened in a past life, because life is all about experiencing emotions and learning and growing through them and truly healing and all of that fun stuff, right? So fun. But you are destined to find some self-discipline, and you're destined to live out your life purpose, which is beautiful. And travel energy, I mean, I love to see that. I think that's also great as well, because traveling, who doesn't love to travel? I mean, some people don't, but we have honor your feelings, okay? Yeah, so there is this sense of dealing with your emotions in this lifetime. You're destined to honor your feelings, honor your emotions. Maybe you weren't always taught healthy ways to deal with your emotions. Maybe you didn't have that guidance growing up, but you're destined to honor your emotions. And when you honor your emotions, this allows you to release them as well, which can help you to heal and let go of stored emotions that could be causing a lot of trauma in your life. And then we also have take a step back from what's not serving me. So yeah, you could be going through a lot of, I feel like a lot of relationship changes, whereas you're realizing the relationships that serve you and the relationships that do not serve you, and you're working through them. And you're also kind of taking a step back and asking yourself, all right, well, what's in alignment for what I feel called towards, right? If you want to come into alignment with your life purpose, you need to like let go of what is not in alignment with you. And you can tell what's not in alignment with you by, you know, if it makes you feel drained, if it makes you feel like you have to hide who you are, if it makes you feel like that you're not fulfilled. It could even be like a career that's not fulfilling you. Like asking yourself, what does serve me and what does not? And letting go of what does not serve you to welcome in what does serve you. And now a lot of these cards wanted to come up, so I took them all because, you know, when Spirit delivers a message, I take it. So let's see what we got. We have High Priest, Intend, and Create. Could have some creatives in this pile. We also have Move Beyond Ancestral Patterns. Okay, that makes sense. Earth Mother, Feel Loved and Comforted, which is interesting. We also had Cancer energy show up. And we also have Release the Old and Rest. So again, yeah, some of you are healing ancestral wounds in this lifetime, where like maybe a lot of ancestral patterns within your, sorry, I saw something out of the side of my eye and it freaked me out. Okay. A lot of ancestral patterns that you're meant to heal in this lifetime and release. Old limiting beliefs that are not in alignment with you. You're meant to be loved and comforted in this lifetime. And also Earth Mother, I kind of get the sense that some of you are destined to be a mom, or you're destined to heal a wound that you have from your mom, maybe a mother wound. You're destined to, you could even have a career where you're nurturing others in a motherly way. But there is this sense of releasing what no longer serves you. And this is something you're learning how to do in this lifetime, especially when it comes to relationships. Releasing relationships that just are no longer in alignment with you, because you could have like this stubborn energy that doesn't want to let go of, you know, what's not meant for you, because it's really hard for you to let go, or you have a fear of letting go, but you're meant to let go and release in this lifetime. Let go of the past too. Again, is like letting go of the past, moving away from the past with this Travel card. And we also have Divine Abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundant, not chase it. Okay, so you are destined for divine abundance. No doubt about that. You're destined for love. You're destined to move beyond what's serving your ego. So, you know, letting go of your ego so that, you know, the ego is what wants to hold on to what's comfortable and what, you know, we're used to. And that's that South Node energy. But it's like you need to let go of the comfort. Sometimes we need to let go of comfort, because what's comfortable for us is not actually aligned in serving us the way that we need it to. And that's where the ego comes in and tries to stop us from, you know, making those changes and letting go of what, you know, we're so used to and so comfortable with. And this is something you might have a hard time with. You might have a hard time of letting go of the past. You might have a hard time of letting go of what's no longer serving you. And this is something you're learning and you're destined to do in this lifetime. You're destined to make those changes and to let go of what's no longer serving you. And that could be something that is really hard for you, but it will bring in abundance. And 2, you're learning how to have an abundant mindset rather than a lack mindset. We have focus, again with the self-discipline. You're definitely destined to be really self-disciplined and focused and achieve those goals that you set out for yourself. And look at that, we have release again. Autumn vibes, yeah. You're destined to release so much. You're destined to release emotional baggage. You're destined to release the ancestral patterns, ancestral wounds. You're destined to release toxic cycles, toxic relationships. You're meant to release so much in this lifetime. Karma, you know what I mean? Like those karmic relationships, you're meant to heal and release and let go of those. So really ask yourself, what is no longer serving you? What is not in alignment with your highest good? And what do you need to release right now? Because it's time to do so. And we have soul flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. Yes. You're meant to experience positive relationships, healthy relationships. You're going to go through tons of transformation in regards to relationships in this lifetime as you continue to release and find yourself. Because a lot of the trauma you experience in regards to relationships in general really kind of made you feel like you lost a part of who you are. And you really want to find yourself again so that you can have those healthy relationships again. And you really want to heal these wounds so that you can have healthy relationships with others. And you are experiencing a lot of relationship healing. I do feel like there's a huge focus on healing a past life karmic situation in this lifetime. And if it's not a past life karmic situation, then it's definitely an ancestral wound that is meant to be healed and released. And you have the opportunity to do this. And we also have secret temptation, being led astray. Sacred divinity, there are 2 paths ahead. This is really all about being mindful of who you surround yourself with and being mindful of other people's intentions, because you don't want other people to lead you astray, and you don't want your ego to kind of lead you astray either, because our ego can definitely protect us from, you know, times where we're in danger, but it can also hold us back and lead us astray and block our intuition. And our intuition is something that we're meant to really follow. Our intuition is in connection with our soul. So when we're following our intuition, we're truly stepping into alignment with our soul and what we're destined to be and who we're destined to be in this lifetime. And there's going to be times where you may feel tempted to fall back into old patterns, to fall back into toxic habits, you're tempted to hold on to people that are not good for you and all of these other things. But it's really all about stepping into alignment with your intuition. And lastly, we have intuition. Trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answers that you seek. Yeah, you're destined to follow your intuition in this lifetime, and that's something you're really learning how to, you know, come into alignment with. And it's probably something that has been hard for you, but when you follow your intuition, you will come into alignment with positive, healthy relationships and a life that, you know, your soul truly desires to live out. So pile number 3, that's what I have for you. I hope this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. And I really hope to see you next time.